All right, nearing the end of game number 1 as round 2 underway here on Bowl TV, where bowling lives here. Dasha Kovalova, Laura Clevenger, and Sandra Gongora on 29 and 30. On 31 and 32, Shannon O'Keefe, the defending champion, here at the Sonoma County Open. She's joined by Jen Higgins and Lilia Robles from Mexico. Along with Brant Houghton, our maestro. Curtis Von Kruger. And Terry Bigham. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Welcome to Bowl TV, exclusive home for all things PWBA. Again, round number 2, which means that fresh lane condition. Which more than likely will play just a touch differently. Which that tends to be the case, as often hear players and reps say it, and I say it often every week. General consensus is, as a pattern, is continuously laid down. Each time it plays a little tighter. It'll be interesting to see how it plays this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. Scoring pace a little different than what has been the norm here at Double Decker Lanes in Rohnert Park, California. Generally pretty low scoring. Low scores, tough conditions. Even if you don't have a tough condition out, it's still tough because of the center characteristics. So we'll see how things go here this evening after one round. Missy Parkin. Deandra Asbeatty. Oh, just 10 back in him is D. And Asbeatty can get to 280 with 2 more strikes here. First game. We saw some high scores in game 1 when we began competition way back this morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Missy Parkin, your overall leader, currently shot to 276 to open up competition. Saw a couple of 250 games as well. Really a Robles with a severe case of the split bug. Well, shots that have looked pretty solid. Appreciate everyone joining us and tuning in here. Mark, welcome, Alan. New to Bowl TV. We appreciate you tuning in, Alan. No question is a bad question, my friend. Nice job by Deandra Asbeatty. 280. Sounds like an area code. And that's what she's putting up here in game number 1. Give this lane condition 42 feet. Intriguing, couple of interesting characteristics. 42 feet, as I mentioned. 24.435 milliliters of oil. .234 for Jen Higgins. Jen at plus 65 after 1 round of competition. That was good for 25th place. Jordan Richard and Karen Rossman were tied for the final spot. 32nd at plus 32, ironically. O'Keefe shot 199. Dasha Kovalova at plus 104. Coming into round number 2. 9 or better should be in the 220s. For Robles. .190 for Gongor. Nice job. A nice way to save it. To save a game. 218 for Dasha. And Laura Clavinger's got a really cool story. Puts up a nice double, does Clavinger. But we've talked about a few folks on tour who are dietitians, for example, one being Valerie Bercier. Laura Clavinger in the same boat. She, too, is one also writes a blog about food and nutrition. Pretty cool stuff from Clavinger. All right, that'll do it for game number 1. Pace was pretty quick this morning. We would expect more of the same. We'll see how it goes as we get later in the block and that cut number starts to be just a tad bit more important. Those shots become a tad bit more important. You may take an extra few seconds to make sure you are good to go. Saw someone mention Kelly Kulick with 2:55 in game 1. She will join us here on 29 and 30 here in just 1 second. All right, back with you in a moment here on Bowl TV.
All right, athletes, just hold tight. They're getting the scoring system back up and running. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you for your patience. Your call is important to us. Please hold the line. I said thank you for your patience. Your call is important to us. Please hold the line. Please hold the line.
All right, game 2 is underway here on Bowl TV. Kelly Kulik, Lauren Pate, Ashley Galante on 29 and 30. Verity Crawley, Jacqueline Evans, and Jürgen Poplar. On 31 and 32. Beautiful day outside here in Rohnert Park in Sonoma County, California. Got a chance to step out for lunch, which also was exceptional. Weather has produced varying degrees of severity in certain places in the country, so hopefully wherever you may be watching, you and yours are all okay, safe and sound, and hopefully if you were affected or know someone, wish everyone to they're going to get back to full strength as soon as possible. It is a very nice 70 degrees here in Rohnert Park. Dynamite forecast coming up here, although we'll only be here for a few more days, but 76 tomorrow, 75 on Saturday. 71 on Sunday for the regional, and then it gets into the low 80s next week. The good people of Rohnert Park will open up June with a dynamite forecast. All right, Crawley has begun with the front three. First three for Verity, who always is bowling with some type of bow in her hair, and she's been doing it since a young child. We await our score update here for for round two. And there it is. Missy Parkin still in the lead at plus 334. 2:15 to open up round one scoring. Kelly Kulik, by the way, has begun with the front four. Shayna Ung is second at plus 288. Deandra Asbady has moved to third place, now at plus 203. Valerie Mercier fourth at plus 191. Stephanie Johnson is fifth at plus 186. Danielle McEwen is sixth at plus 168. Sandra Gongora dips to seventh at plus 161. Kayla Bandy is eighth at plus 159. Sydney Brummett is ninth at plus 156. Tashina Saraus from Aruba is 10th at plus 149. 32nd now is Shannon O'Keefe at plus 36. Kulik out with the front five. And for Kulik, right now, Kelly is outside of the number. Went minus 33 this morning in round number one, but opened again with 255 and now has the front five. So perhaps I'd have to imagine a little bit of a different game plan here for Kelly. Shot a $125 in game 7 this morning. Certainly very un-Kelly-like. If you are just joining us, we do have 5 channels worth of PWBA coverage for you. That is kind of our standard for, no pun intended, PWBA standard events. Of course, barring sufficient bandwidth, etc. Majors, we try to up the ante a little bit and get upwards of 8 channels. So if you're wondering and are looking for a particular channel or player, be sure to check the pairing sheet first and foremost. You can find that at pwba.com/live. Where you can find your favorite player, see what lanes she will be on, and then match that up with the respective channels or lanes that we are covering this week. Here's Kulik looking for 6 in a row. Bang. Also got some live competition ongoing in Las Vegas. Super Senior Classic. My main man Aaron Smith, Daniel Farish, Matt Canizaro. And then your coverage of that event. And they'll also be added for the Senior Masters. Senior Masters will begin early Monday, I believe. Sunday night, Monday. Well, Brandon, I do agree. But in fairness, I've told the story. I thoroughly enjoy basketball. I am a connoisseur, certainly of the sport and of broadcasting in general. So I'm always listening to other announcers. Kulik, by the way, and a Week 10. And a phone message. But, so Mike Breen, who actually is calling the NBA Finals, I noticed that he had that in his repertoire, if you will. And all of a sudden just started going with it in our sport here. I believe it carries over very well. So I can't take full royalties or credits. Now, if it was just sports specific, then sure. But, you know, I think every broadcaster wants that a phrase or two that they're known by. I remember when I started broadcasting, it was like trying to figure out what would be cool to say. I realized that I really wasn't that clever, and so I'll just have to let it happen on its own. All right, Beard Getz now with 3 in a row. Poplar, a champion on this tour, PWBA. On the PWBA striking against breast cancer mixed doubles event. Was the #1 seed 2 years ago in Orlando. Lost to Stephanie Johnson. That one looked maybe a touch left. On the lay down for Kelly, USBC Hall of Famer. Mentioned her touching induction speech. If you missed that, I'm talking about the USBC Hall of Fame. It was earlier in the month of May. It is available in the archived events on the archived events channel. Under USBC Hall of Fame ceremony or convention as well. You can check out everything convention related if you'd like. PWBA Hall of Fame. Also available in the archived events section. Rich, I do hope you feel better, sir. But as already noted in the chat, this is the perfect solution. The PWBA. Let's see where Burgett, 24th at plus 81. Makes it 4 in a row. Star from Germany, Galante. And that is trouble, certainly, for Ashley. Galante at plus 95. Shot 233 in game number 1 here this evening. Again, big thanks to everyone watching here this evening, as it is early evening here on the West Coast, but prime time, nighttime in the Central and Eastern time zones. So thank you for tuning in, as many of you certainly would do nonetheless on a Friday, but it might be maybe a touch later, but maybe not. The pace has been going quite quickly, so we might end about the same time we normally would end if we were on the Central time zone. Actually, that's not true. Kind of. It'd be close. I do want to thank Mark. I mentioned Alan earlier. Judy checking in. Jennifer, my man Brandon. Brian, John, Robert, Richard, Barbara, Deborah. Mark, I missed that earlier message about meteorology. KC, Monique, Tabitha. Hopefully we got you all squared away there, Tabitha. Rich, again, as we said, I hope you feel better. Inside Bowling himself, Mike Flanagan, watching and checking in. Appreciate you, Mike, as always. All right, 5 in a row there for Burgett. Again, I talked to Brian O'Keefe while I had a moment in between games 1 and the start, or the end of game 1, the start of game 2. Just asked him, did he see anything that looked a little different through practice and through one game? He said, no, looks like ball change there for Crawley in the 9th frame. Worked to perfection. He said, no, everything looked just about the same. He said, maybe there's some earlier hook, maybe, but look to be about the same. So if that is the case, should continue to see a few high scores here in round number 2. Kelly Kulik, after starting with the front 6, went 10 pin, split in the 8th, strike 8 spare. Going to give something different look on the fill. And 233 for Kelly. So 255, 233 for Kulik to start round number 2. And trouble for Poplar. Leaked that one right. And you saw it get down the lane and just kind of wiggled. Want to say hello to Sandy as Poplar finishes with 213. She had 2 opens in this game, both with the red circles around them. A few red circles for Jackie Evans. She can get to 166. 167 for Galante. And she had to strike out to get there. All right, Lauren Pate, 191, the Tour Rook. She'll be headed back to grad school in the fall to McKendree. After, I guess, getting her undergraduate degree in Lebanon, Illinois, just a few weeks ago. All right, Crawley, after the ball change on the right lane. And now trouble on the left lane. It certainly is makeable. Not what you want to see in the 10th frame. Again, hello to Sandy. My man Dan West. Michelle is going to hang out with us until sleep takes over. I understand. Can't be upset about that. And an open frame there for Crawley. 188. For Verity. Scotty Pohl. Watching from Minnesota. Appreciate Scott checking in. How about that? Barb and Bill Spigner checking us out. Happy belated birthday again, Barb, and I certainly hope you two are enjoying your lovely dinner. Tony watching from SoCal. We'll be there in a couple weeks, Tony. We hope to see you there. Oh, Sandy's bowling this week. State tournament. Where's that, Sandy? Was it City View? Monique's watching from North Carolina. My man Al is always watching from the mansion. The Decker mansion. We should do some voiceovers on the Decker mansion and see what happens. See how cool we can make it sound. All right, folks, we're on to game number 3. I mentioned the pace is quick. It's swift this week. We have Suzanne Draper, Jordan Richard, Amanda Fry on 31 and 32, Stephanie Johnson, Jazreel Tan, who, by the way, if you haven't saw the PWBA social media channels, picked up the 710 on lane 32 earlier, and it was captured live on Bowl TV. Lana Plazas also on 29 and 30. Thomas checking in from New Hyde Park, New York. New York in the building. What's up, son? What up, B? Oh, Red Sox, Yankees. Forgot that song. I tell you what, if the PWBA is in with the Red Sox and Yankees, then we're on a good path. We're doing some good stuff. Kenneth Taylor is watching from Lehigh Acres, Florida. And now I'm very curious about where that is. I know it's in Florida, but okay, near Fort Myers, Cape Coral. I've talked to several people this week just randomly about Florida, and the only thing that's come up that's been the same has been it is now hot in Florida. And so all our good viewers watching from Florida, you gotta stay cool. I'm sure you're probably used to the humidity there and know what to do. Just as Stephanie Johnson knew what to do in the second frame. She drops 10 down. Take a look at the game of Laura Plazas in a little bit here. She'll be entering your screen momentarily on lane 29. Small in stature, but the power. The excellent release. Member of Team Columbia, went to Wichita State. No, everything I just said kind of sounds familiar. Member of Team Columbia, went to Wichita State. You could certainly pencil in Claire Gardetto in that sentence. Or there's one more person that I'm extremely thinking of, or I'm thinking of right now, beg your pardon. Member of Team Columbia. This is a good trivia question. Member of Team Columbia went to Wichita State. How many players can we say that about? I'd have to do the math and double check. I know there's 3 for sure. I mentioned 2 of them. The other would be Rocio Restrepo. That I'm thinking of. All right, Steph J, an early double. Cliff Barnes checking in. My man. It's been a while, Cliff, but looks like things are certainly going well for you. Congrats on all the success. A lot of strikes here on 29 and 30. Tan looking to make it 3 in a row. Would have to change the country of origin for what we just talked about for Jazz Real. Member of Team Singapore went to Wichita State. Amanda Fry. former junior Team USA member. However, she did not go to Wichita State. She went to Vanderbilt. Jordan Richard, member of Team USA, went to Arkansas State. And right now looking to get back on the strike train here. Left lane, frame 3. High flush strike for Jay Rich. Appropriately nicknamed by her Team EBI brand, the Franchise. Who are you building your team around? Who are you picking? Who are you taking as the #1 pick on your PWBA team? It would be hard to go against picking Jordan Richard. Oh, man. How about that? Blazes had to wait for it just a few seconds. But she was rewarded for a great shot. Thanks, Cliff. I appreciate it. You do the same. I will do my best. Back on track as Tan. You can tell the previous shot just got a touch away from it a little bit. Get into, well, let's check it right now. Let's check the scores. After a couple of games, and they are in. Missy Parkin still your leader at plus 347. Shayna Ung, second at plus 278. Danielle McEwen, third at plus 225. Stephanie Johnson now fourth at plus 221. Steph went 278, 235 first couple of games here. Deandra Asbeatty, fifth at plus 217. Valerie Bercier, sixth at plus 216. Kayla Bandy is seventh. She has gone 243, 256 to start. Daphne Tan, 8th at plus 177. Sydney Brummett, 9th at plus 173. Giselle Poss, 10th at plus 155. Skip on down to 32nd, where that number now is plus 31. It belongs to New Wei Finn of Singapore. Just inside the number right now is Brianna Cote. At plus 49, she's 31st. There's a tie for 29th. At plus 51, it is Karen Rostrom, one of the non-members competing this week, and tour rookie Julia Bond. Kelly Kulik used the 255, 233 start, and now that puts her into the cut number at plus 55. Sandy, it's a good question. I used to bowl. Nice shot there from Suzette Draper, by the way. Terrible 8-pin. Hashtag team no 8-pin. Oh, bounce it, Steph. We saw one. We won't see two, at least not right now. Open frame for Steph J. And the 6th. Sandy, I bowled the Office League a couple times. And then I subbed in a league a few times with some individuals who, or some colleagues, I should say, and some friends. I sub with them every now and then. That's really about it. I've learned with my schedule, there really is almost no need to commit to a full league season because I won't be there for who knows how many weeks. All right, A. Fry looking to do some damage here. An opportunity for Amanda to pick up some pins. She's at -81. Not too far of a trip for Amanda this time around. From Northern California, that's where we are, but closer to, or in the Sacramento area. Specifically Antelope, as Jay Rich. We're going to strike in the 6th, and now back-to-back trouble for Stephanie Johnson, and maybe the lane starting to transition ever so slightly. Yeah, Michelle Rowe is, there's a couple folks on getting a quick vacation in, as you mentioned. Rowe is taking some time to make sure she's ready and good to go. And Brandon, whew, that's about all I can say. That's the best way to describe what I attempted to do on the lanes at the most prestigious tournament in all the lane. Is whew, it was rough. I anticipated and expected it to be rough. I didn't think it would be that rough. So I came to a crossroads while I was there. I'll have to figure it out, but I've got to find a way to increase my level of bowling if I'm to bowl such events like that. Here is Richard. Jay Rich was out there bowling the Open Championships as well. And here leaving a 2-8-10. All right, she'll grab the count. We've seen Jordan make runs in the past in regards to needing to make a cut. So I'm expecting her to be okay with what any adjustments she will need to make. Suzette Draper, originally from Burbank, California, but now living in Dumont, New Jersey. She is up in the 9th frame for second or third event, if I'm not mistaken, this year. A couple of state titles in New Jersey, a couple of county titles as well, both singles and doubles. Read it. Good shot. The bad news about, if there is bad news about watching a 7-10 converted, is each time that one is left, I'm now anticipating a conversion. Ball change for Jazriel Tan, and boy, this pair started with the look of major scores across the three bowlers, and now each potentially just trying to get to the 2 teens for max scores. And Jazriel, if she doesn't make this, will be looking to just get to the 2-0s. Good question, Kenneth. And as Brant mentioned, I beg your pardon, there just might be a giveaway or two. Who knows? 194 for Plazas. It's interesting how this thing ended here. 193 for Steph J and 190 for Jazriel Tan. 174 for Suzette Draper. Jordan Richard trying to get to 204. She'll need 3 in the 10. And Amanda Fry working with a fill shot here. We do have a regional event this weekend. So after the stepladder finals tomorrow evening, that will not be the end of competition or bowling. If you'd like to check some additional bowling out, we'll have some regional action for you on Sunday. 8 games of qualifying and cut to the top 4 for stepladder finals. Jay Rich trying to get away from this 2-8 situation.
Could use a back scratch, I'm sure. No, you're working hard.
Good spare. For more information on PWBA regionals, I have 5 one-day events. We've had 2 already. This will be the 3rd. Visit pwba.com/regionals. Of course, if you are a PWBA member and you win one of the first 4 regionals, you earn a spot in the Go Bowling Regional Showdown. That will be taped on August 17th. In Orlando, it will air on CBS Sports Network the following week. Already got 2 players who will be a part of the showdown, Elise Bolton and Julia Bond. Final shot here for Richard. The keen eye of Brian O'Keefe watching. All right, solid shot there for Jay Rich. It gets her to 184. Brandon, young one is scheduled to arrive August 20th. So at this point, just under 3 months away. Jen Russo, Valerie Bercier, and Bernice Lim. As we move on to game 4. Oh, nearly halfway home. Yeah, I'm ready to go. As I think I mentioned this probably a couple of events ago, but yeah, it's going down. It's happening. The nursery is about done, not complete. We got a few items left to do. I'll give her, the wife, Shanice, all the credit, as well as her sister and good friends for providing the very nice paint job. And really taking care of some items when I'm on the road. Only thing I can say right now that I'm responsible for on the walls are the excellent taped strips, because I'm a master taper. My taping is straight. But the nameplates and such, all on the wall now. It is our first, Barbara, so yes, yes indeed. Good old number 1. Oh, Michelle, you got to wake up. I know it's 9:23 over there, though, so I'm not mad at you. Do want to remind you, good people of Earth, that not only can you watch, and should you watch, the PWBA, but the PBA playoffs are coming to an end, and it's going to be an exciting finish. Don't miss the PBA playoffs, the championship. It will be this weekend on Fox. Chris Prather versus Anthony Simonson, and Bill O'Neill versus Sean Rass. Those are your 2 semifinal matches. Those will take place on Saturday at noon Eastern, with the winners battling it out on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the top prize of a cool $100,000. Again, that is the PBA playoffs. June 1st at noon Eastern, your semifinals, and June 2nd, the championship for $100K on Fox. Big shout out to our good friends at the PBA. Thank you, Tony. Been looking forward to it for a little bit now. Long before we found out it was going down. Reached a time in the lives where we said, okay, I think we're kind of in a good situation where we can do this thing. Amanda Falk, Clara Gonetto, and Caitlin Simpson here on 29 and 30. First time we've seen this cross today. See, we've got some avid viewers who may pay attention to what they see and maybe listen to what I mention every now and then. But yeah, Clara is wearing her brace. I noticed that this morning. Didn't get a chance to chat with her about it. If I had to take an educated guess, I would say that she probably can go to the brace when maybe she sees something specific on the lanes, and the brace may allow her to, you know, have the look that she's perhaps looking for, or what she's looking for, I should say. We talked about not having the brace allowed her, while she lost a rev or two, it allowed her to get the ball further down the lane. Maybe it could be that maybe she feels she might need to get the ball started just a touch sooner this week. And I'm simply just making the best educated guess right now. I will chat with her about it hopefully after we get done. She looked pretty solid certainly on the Queen Show and throughout the entire week, so I don't think there's any doubt whether she can get it done still. Certainly she was really, really great the entire week. Nearly halfway home throughout our qualifying. While we have a second, let's see if our next game update is available. Not as of yet. Caitlin Simpson now a member of the PWBA. Bowled collegiately at Pikeville, and she's had some success in the events that she has bowled, and now a member in the events over the last few years that she has competed in, whether it be Queens, for example. Of course, Caitlin is the owners of Blake, the bowling dude. If you've seen Blake, and as well as Adam, but they were here at Double Decker Lanes. Got in some practice games, threw a few shots prior to the official practice session on the PWBA tour. That was yesterday. And if you're unfamiliar with Blake, Adam the Bowling Doodle, be sure to check social media. Blake is the bowling dog, owned by Caitlin and her parents. Blake and Adam, 2 dogs now. Enjoy bowling. All right, Valerie gave it a run and opened in the 7th frame. All right, after 11 games, all right, let's get into it. Missy Parkin at plus 328, still your leader. But she's being challenged. Shayna Ung still in second, but now just 5 pins separate the two. Ung at plus 323. Danielle McEwen is third at plus 253. Valerie Mercier fourth at plus 251. Stephanie Johnson tied for fifth at plus 214. Deandra Asbeatty is seventh at plus 205. Bernice Lim is 8th at plus 193. Giselle Poss is 9th at plus 187. Jen Higgins is 10th at plus 171. Sydney Brummett is 11th at plus 164. Kayla Bandy 12th at plus 146. Camilla Dahmers Nadal 13th at plus 145. Jody Westner 14th at plus 134. And let's see, Diana Zavgalova 15th at plus 129. Sherry Tan is 16th at plus 125. 32nd, still Shannon O'Keefe. Number now at plus 33. Jellamar Beasley, 31st at plus 34. Liz Colkin is 30th at plus 41. Kelly Kulick and Jasmine Mason, GG. They are tied for 28th at plus 50. Beauty Poplar is 27th at plus 53. Clara Guerrero, who we are watching right now, is 26th at plus 59. Tashina Saraus, who had a very nice morning, has struggled here this afternoon. 186, 169, 152 for Saraus of Aruba, but still in the number at plus 70 in 25th place. Guerrero. All right, 7-pin there for Clara, and it's been the 9-count show here for Clara. A major champion on the PWBA Tour. The players back in 2016. How does that number leave me, or that year leave me? Was indeed 2016 for Clara. Amanda Falk. Talked to Amanda at the Queens, and she's going to be out bowling. I think just about every event on this swing. We are on the West Coast. She definitely will be bowling next week. She is from Tucson, Arizona, and that's where we're headed. And Golden Pin Lanes. Here a young group of young athletes cheering. That was a Daria Payonk strike. Other notables as we go from 17th, Sandra Gongora at plus 123 and 17th. Maria Jose Rodriguez, 18th at plus 117. Liz Johnson is 19th at plus 109. Shannon Pluhowski, who started the day on fire this morning, out of 20th at plus 103. Ashley Galante, 21st at plus 98. Dasha Kovalova, of course, your reigning USBC Queens champion, at plus 93. Oh my goodness. 8 pins. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. That's all Carolson would say. Getting a tie for 23rd. Nilay Finn and Julia Bond at plus 75. Just outside the number right now is Brianna Cote. She is 33rd. As Bercier gets a nice break. That's a 4-bagger for Valerie. And she'll be in the 220s. Again, Cote at plus 32. Karen Rosbrom. The non-members bowling at plus 19. Karen finished 6th here in 2017. Lauren Pate just outside the number right now at plus 17. Jordan Richard at plus 11. In 36th, Pate is 35th, by the way. Amanda Falk hanging around at plus 7 in 37th. Lindsay Boomershine is 38th at plus 3. Jen Russo, who just left the mean 8-pin there, is tied for 39th at minus 4 with Verity Crawley. That makes an 8-pin hurt that much more. Bercier shoots 220. Bernice Lim shot 156. And to Brandon's question in the chat, absolutely. That was it became a nice story in regards to the Rubik's Cube and her winning the 2016 USBC Queens. Russo shoots 204. Final frames here on 31 and 32 before we head to game number 5. And in the 9th frame, Clara making the move to remove the wrist support device. So we'll see if she will continue on the competition without the use of that. Right now, Clara again in the cut at plus 59, but has gone 199, 199, 203. All right, here's Simpson in the 9th frame. China Sorales look to get back on track feel game four's pace has slowed ever so slightly. I think we've reached a situation where players are trying to figure out some varying moves, what they need to do on the lanes, what must they do to, find the score yet again. Tenth frame here, 31 and 32. Falk with a 3-9. Clara, that's a really good shot. That was a really good shot. But Clara will finish with 161. Two-pin combination again here for Caitlin. Hey, you can just kind of feel it in the building, folks. There's some folks right now with who are trying to get a clue or get readjusted to what's happening on the lanes. The second time around on this 42-foot pattern. The second time around. All I can think about right now is that little snippet of a song is from a 90s sitcom theme song. And I don't remember which one it is. I feel like it's Step by Step. I think it's Step by Step. All right, game 4 now officially in the books. And Jennifer, double-decker lanes, as the players will tell you, it plays difficult nonetheless, kind of no matter what you put out. The lane condition, depending on what it is, will only magnify some of the difficulties. But we saw what happened this morning, and obviously the scoring pace was pretty high earlier, but right now it is not so much. Some players still having some success, but there's that the feeling in the air. All right, I'm going to take a small break. Make some changes to some other channels. And I'll be back momentarily. Enjoy the early frames of game number 5 here with Sydney Brummett, New Finn, and Jody Wessner on 29 and 30. Then we'll have Kayla Bandy, who has rolled exceptionally well here today. Yelamar Beasley and Shayna Ung. Back in time for New Wave Finn's ninth frame. And away as we refresh our scores. Missy Parkin, by the way, still leading. at plus 341. Shayna Ung at plus 333 in second. Valerie Bercier third at plus 271. Danielle McEwen fourth at plus 242. Jen Higgins 234, 245, 227, 258 for Jen Higgins. That might be the highest block so far in this round. She has moved into fifth at plus 229. Way at plus 121st with the front nine here on Bowl TV on 29 and 30. Oh, nice break there for Sydney Brummett. .310 missed. That's a tough one. Certainly in the 10th frame. Open there for Jody 195. Kayla Bandy gets her second strike of this game, and it comes in frame number 7. All right, New Wave Phantom from Singapore. 2016 PWBA Tour Championship winner. Looking for the front 10 here. Wow, and she wraps the 10. Just like that. Her run at perfection is over. High game of the day belongs to Missy Parkin. She shot 299 to end to end her round number 1 coverage or competition. Way will be in the 270s. All right, 279 there for Way. Also the Rookie of the Year in 2016. So Way has given us some excitement here in game number 5. Excuse me, by the way, that cut number now at plus 30. And it is Jordan Richard. G.G. Mason is 31st at plus 31. Kelly Kulik is 30th at plus 40. Bjorgen Poplar 29th at plus 44. Julia Bond is 28th at plus 49. Karen Rosbrom has moved her way back into the number now at plus 53. Brianna Cote is 26th at plus 54. Ashley Galante, or excuse me, Tashina Saraus at plus 81. Ashley Galante 24th at plus 82. Shannon Pluhowski is 23rd at plus 87. Talking about grinding there for Pluhowski. Just trying to remain in the number here. Sandra Gongora is 22nd at plus 95. Way will add 79 pins to her total. So she will now be at plus 179. Liz Colkin was 20th at plus 108. Maria Jose Rodriguez 19th at plus 111. Camila Dahmers Nadal 18th at plus 127. A tie for 16th. Dasha Kovalova and Liz Johnson at plus 129. Let's see, 15th, Jody Westner, plus 136. Sherry Tan, she's actually to our right on 33 and 34. At plus 140, Diana Zavyalova, 13th at plus 146. And Jelimar, let's see where Jelimar is. She is -1, tied for 39th. 220 will go a long way here for Beasley. Venezuela. There is Bandy. In between 4th and 5th arrow goes Kayla. Big shot. Bandy at plus 163 in 11th. .220s now for Jelimar. Big shot there. 220s with good count, as I always like to say. No guarantees. Well, we've got 3 more to go.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's a tough one. When we look at the cut number currently, it's kind of been hovering around 30 or so. Looking at some players just outside that number, Lauren Pate at plus 29, Shannon O'Keefe at plus 24, Lindsay Boomershine at plus 21. Wow, what a shot there from Shayna. That man, that is bowling right there. Sometimes it can be very, very unkind. Clara is 36 after shooting 161 at plus 20. Verity Crawley 37th at plus 19. And Jen Russo is even in 38th place. 38 players, even or plus. All right, that'll do it. 190 for Ung, 224 for Beasley, 162 for Bandy. We're on to game number 6. Do not forget, folks, the second major of the PWBA season will happen in June. Tomorrow is June 1st, and the U.S. Women's Open will kick off coverage. And the event, I should say, will kick off June 16th. It will run through the 23rd. And we will have our live televised finals on CBS Sports Network. You can watch all of the competition live on Bowl TV. Make sure to tune in and watch the best women in the world do their thing and compete for what many players say is the most difficult and prestigious tournament and title to hoist, and that is the U.S. Women's Open. You can watch it live on Bowl TV again June 16th through the 23rd. We'll be in Las Vegas. Big thanks and shout out to Texas Station. All right, so we've got a little momentary delay as the players begin to make their way on to their next pairs. Again, we're headed to game number 6. And we'll have Kimberly Power defer Maria Jose Rodriguez and Giselle Poss on 29 and 30. And on 31 and 32, we'll have Julia Bond, Dana Kahikin, and your tournament leader, Missy Parkin. And if you're curious about Game 7, we'll have Tanya Raumemper. Liz Johnson will join us. That's the first time we'll see Liz and Tanya, as well as Heather Dittrey. Our featured pairs. In fact, we'll have them for the final 2 games. They'll be on 29 and 30 in Game 7 and 31 and 32 for game number 8. And then in Game 8 on 29 and 30, Elise Bolton, Liz Culkin, and Michelle Lopez. That's right, Brandon. Come on out. Texas Station. That's a good week because Bowl Expo's happening. Bowl Expo begins technically on June 23rd. It runs to the 27th, so essentially it will slightly overlap the U.S. Women's Open, but it's a good way to kick off that week from the Bowl Expo perspective with the U.S. Women's Open TV show. And then also the Weber Cup is happening that week as well. And that will take place at Mandalay Bay And it will be in the United States for the first time in its history. So that's to be a big week, a nice week for bowling. So I encourage everyone to support throughout. Again, we got the U.S. Women's Open June 16th through the 23rd at Texas Station. Then Bowl Expo June 23rd through the 27th. And the Weber Cup is actually during the U.S. Women's Open. That's June 18th through the 21st. All right, game 6. Game 6 of 8, and it is 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. Appreciate you hanging out, staying up late. Nice shot there from Heekin. And 8:30 Mountain, that's right, Mark. Shout out to all my people in the Mountain time zone. That's actually a time zone I've actually never even been to. And meaning been to as in actually visited and hung out for several hours on end as opposed to driving through it. Oh, wow, how about that? Well, Mark, you are correct. That's interesting. Time zones are always intriguing. I wouldn't have thought that, and it's been several years since I've been to El Paso, but I have been there. So Mark is indeed correct. Curious how the breakdown happened when time zones were created. Oh, that shot was pured off the hand of Danica Heekin. Danica, an excellent example of hard work. And how certainly working hard and working on the right stuff certainly can improve your game. After 5 games, Missy Parkin, and that is 5 games here this evening, 13 overall. Missy Parkin, right now on our featured pairs here, still your leader at plus 333. 10 pins the difference now between Shayna Ung, who is in second at plus 323. Remember, Shayna Ung won last year's opening event in Las Vegas at South Point Bowling Plaza, but did not participate in the PWBA Tour Championship. All right, Parkin sending pins everywhere. Shayna made 2 stepladder finals appearances, and I think they just bowled 2 events, speaking of Team Singapore last year, the first 2. So I say that to say Shayna could certainly win. And again, looking ahead, I mentioned Singapore a little bit earlier. I was talking about Sherry Tan because she's in the top 5 in points. And if someone from Singapore, but we use Shayna in this example because she is currently second, will they make their return trip to the Tour Championship this year? Again, a lot to look forward to potentially, and we'll see what happens. How about Jen Higgins? She has gone 12-21 for 5 games. .234, 245, 227, 258, 257. Higgins, by the way, is in third now at plus 286, and I mean, the way it's going for her so far, she could walk away the overall leader today. Valerie Bercier is fourth at plus 277. Stephanie Johnson tied with Sydney Brummett for fifth at plus 216. Deandra Asbeatty seventh at plus 204. Giselle Poss is eighth at plus 203. Danielle McEwen is ninth at plus 187. Wei Finn is 10th at plus 179. .32 is now to Shaina Saraus. That cut number jumped 20 pins in game number 5. We got to plus 50. Shannon O'Keefe is the first player out at plus 48. Shannon had an interesting day yesterday. Another quality shot. How about that? 4 in a row for Heekin.
See, I just need to be faster when I think of it, but I'm getting there.
But Shannon with some flight difficulties. Missed practice actually yesterday. Got in certainly, I think, what, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours later than she was supposed to. Had to go to a different airport. And right now trying to make some things happen. But a couple of games left, about 2 1/4 at this point. Gigi Mason 34th at plus 32. Lauren Pate is 35th at plus 23. She gets tied with Angelimar Beasley at 35th. Lindsey Boomershine 37th. She is even. What a shot there from Parkin. All right, Heekin did enough, but of course the open in the 10th only gets to the 201. Nice shot there from Julia Bond. Appreciate that, Michelle. we will we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Enjoy your rest. All right, Parkin with 5 in a row. About 18 at the arrows, and the 7-pin goes. Nicely done for Bond, 192. Missy Parkin, 6 in a row. Maria Jose Rodriguez, what a shot. And much needed. Now one more, she'll be at 190. Appreciate all the convos in the chat, and everyone keeping it cool as well. .242 for Missy Parkin. And, well, depending on what Jen Higgins happened to produce here in game number 6, simply because the run she has been on, again, plus 221 for 5 games. But I imagine Parkin will certainly be in the running, if not still leading. After shooting .240. Rodriguez did get to 190. Kimberly Power defer 181. Now to Giselle Paus. Paus is posse, as Jennifer said in the chat. And the 4-pin. Giselle having a great day. She is 8th at plus 203. So not having to worry about, of course, no guarantees, but the round of 32 certainly in play. All right, here some applause down on the low end of the house. Well, I'm going to guess that by the applause situation, that and it looked like it was Jordan Richard who may have just shot 300 down on the low end of the building. We will confirm that in just a second. Folks, be on the lookout for another trivia question here in game number 7. We will run that at some point during this game, and then we'll release the results in game number 8. Debbie Ayers, Diana Zavyalova, and Kimmy Davidson on 31 and 32. Liz Johnson, again, Heather Dietrich, and Tanya Raumenper. Make it 3 in a row now for Kimmy. All right, folks. Again, we mentioned the trivia. I believe it's time to unveil the question. There have only been 2 winners at the PWBA Sonoma County Open Tour Stop. Shannon O'Keefe and who? Oh, look. Oh, we got some. Oh, we got some folks answering. Oh, get that number up. Let's go. I would think this one would be relatively easy, but you never know. If you've been following the PWBA for the last few seasons, I would give you a hint. Oh, yes, indeed, Diana Z.
You know what I see?
Good question. And again, we'll give the results in game number 8. All right, Kimmy up next. Looking for 5 in a row. Let's take a look at some scores here. With, at this point, a game and a half to go in qualifying. First, let us confirm that indeed Jordan Richard did shoot the first 300 game of the event. If you watched round 1, you would think that there would be more 300 games on the way. But there would be more already at this point. But Jordan just shot the first. It's a big game for Jay Rich. Struggling a little bit early. She was hovering around the cut number. She has created some distance. Not only with just the 300 game, but was making a move. 219, 226, then shoots 300. To get to plus 156. Okay. Missy Parkin still leading the way at plus 375. Shayna Ung at plus 344. Jen Higgins, again, is just continuing to put the pedal to the metal here. She shot 234. She is now plus 255 for six games. 1455 for 6 so far, plus 320. Valerie Bercier fourth at plus 299. Giselle Poss is fifth at plus 251. 32nd is Gigi Mason at plus 61. The cut number continues to move up. It has gone up another 11 pins. Birgit Poplar now outside the number at plus 60. She's 33rd. Clara Garetto is 34th at plus 56. Lauren Page still in the mix, 35th at plus 50. Brianna Cote is 36th at plus 48. Lindsay Boomershine 37th at plus 13. Missy Parkin, 8 out of 9. Missy looking to put a stamp with a game left still. But a major stamp on the day. Maybe looking to add her name to the list of winners, certainly here at the Sonoma County Open. It's a short list. Want to thank our sponsors here at the PWBA Tour. BowlerX.com, Go Bowling, Nationwide, Pepsi, and Cubica, AMF. Gold partners, 900 Global, Brunswick, Columbia 300, DV8, Hammer, Motive, Roto Grip, and Storm. All of our apparel accessories, other companies that, all of their support. PWBA Tour would not be possible, certainly. Thank them. Missy Parkin is thanking right now Sonoma County Lanes, because she is going to be in the 270s this game. All right, nice shot there for DZ. Again, late in the block. Talked to some additional reps there. They said this one tonight, I should say, is a little harder. It's and you know, we started to kind of get that feel around game number 4 when we talked about it. That's the way it's been going. That's the way it felt. Said a little flatter. Talked to Nathan Moore specifically of Motive in between games. Just got his thoughts real quick. The Hall of Famer, Lance Johnson, as Zabialova shoots 217, Ayers finishes with 211. This is where most people would say that Liz is not a versatile player. But when necessary, she does what she has to do. And generally is able to make it work. .222 for LJ. Some folks now already into game number 8. We are finishing game 7. Heather Dietrich. Dead flush there. Again, on what was described as has been a little difficult, or a little more difficult here. Davidson will finish it out. 237 for Kimmy. All right, that'll do it for game 7. We are off and running near to game 8. It's already going over on 33, 34, 35, and 36. Our final game of qualifying. What will be the cut number Any guesses out there in chat world? Let me know what you got. Cut number after 14 games was 61, plus 61. So this does not include game 7 of this block, so keep that in mind. So I'm curious, what do you think? Let me know in the chat. What do you think the cut number is going to be? Back in a moment here on Bowl TV. All right, back with you. I see some cut numbers being dropped in the chat. scores aren't updated as of yet. By the way, congrats to Elena. Won a nice autographed game-worn piece of memorabilia from Liz Johnson. That's always a plus. Some of you cut numbers out there that you guys suggested. Plus 75 from Brandon. Plus 80-ish for Elena. Like the ish part on that. Thomas said plus 70. Tony plus 75. Austin plus 69. Thomas plus 65. Mike plus 77. Sharon plus 80. Daniel said plus 95. John says plus 72. So does Rich. All right, we'll see what happens. Before we know what the number is, we've got some results to unveil. Sam took the I won't even say the easy way out, but because he's smart. Plus 100 through 100. That's a good call there. All right, the question was there have been only 2 winners at the PWBA Sonoma County Open. Shannon O'Keefe and who? And 49% of you had the correct answer. It was Rocio Restrepo. She won in 2017. The only win, or the only year Shannon O'Keefe did not win the event. Actually, that event, arguably the toughest lane pattern we've seen on tour. 40 feet flat, just brutal. Just downright brutal. But Rowe gave a very nice inspirational speech in their post-game interview. After the TV show concluded, talked about never giving up on your dreams and following your dreams. It's something we still use to this day. Rowe defeated Brandy Branca, who was making her first TV appearance during that event. She was the number 2 seed. By the way, all of your cut numbers and such, I'm surprised and shocked and disappointed that not one person typed $1 as if this was The Price is Right. Because we all know, I mean, it's pretty high frequency of winning if you bet $1, if you wager that on The Price is Right. All right, speaking of cut numbers, we've got our update after 15 games. Missy Parkin is going to be your leader more than likely at plus 454. She's probably not going to shoot a game of 100 and drop 100 pins. Just taking a wild guess on that. Jen Higgins has moved into second. Her low game of the set today, 207. Amazing bowling from Jen Higgins. She said she was feeling good this morning. And, well, I'd say she's feeling okay. Shayna Ung is third at plus 313. Valerie Bercier fourth at plus 286. Giselle Poss is fifth at plus 249. Nice shot there from Heather. Daphne Tan sixth at plus 220. Deandra Asbeatty seventh at plus 204. Diana Zavyalova eighth at plus 194. Tied for ninth, Stephanie Johnson and Sydney Brummett. Sid has been very consistent today. I feel like she's been in the top 10 for most of the competition. Okay, let's scroll on down. 32nd. What an interesting tale of two blocks for Shannon Pluhowski. Started off this morning with 257, 255, 257. From that point on, it's been a bit of a struggle for Pluhowski at plus 77, and she is the number. Tashina Saraus is 33rd at plus 67. Clara Guerrero is 34th at plus 63. Gigi Mason is 35th at plus 53. In just a second, you'll be able to check out, mentioned Jordan Richards shot 300. And got word that Dasha Kovalova now has the front 8, or excuse me, Daria Payo. Has the front 8 down on 11 and 12. Liz Colkin able to get him to fall down. A few smiles and a few laughs here late in this block. Kind of reminiscent of watching Liz at the Players' Championship in 2017, where she won that event playing left. Oh, a lazy head pin there will take that 10 out. Someone asked about Gregory in regards to different parts of the lane. Yeah, I saw a few players earlier giving for righties, for example, right side, the outside portion of the lane, a small look, but not much. A 42-foot pattern, decent volume. It is playing where, or excuse me, they've been playing. I think for the most part where the pattern has suggested that they play. That's not always the case. I think we know that certainly. You watch enough bowling and you compete enough, you know that it doesn't always work out the way you think it should. I mentioned this block. It's also, some have said it's playing a little flatter than it did this morning as well. That's a good point, Hosan. It was described to me that essentially when you don't have reverse oil, that should allow the pattern to play almost to the utmost of the truest it can play, if that makes any sense. It should hold up longer and play truer. Josie is not competing this week. she is enjoying Hawaii. I saw some photos of and some video of what she was doing earlier, and I was a little jealous momentarily. But I enjoyed my mini vacay last week in Myrtle Beach. And Ro has been dealing with some health troubles, and so she is taking some time off just to make sure she is as close to 100% as she can be. If you follow her on social media, she'll take you through the journey with her. All right, all done on 29 and 30. Liz Johnson shoots 218, 173 for Tanya Raumemper. As always, we will keep this stream live so we can get you the cut number. All right, with just a few frames left. Didn't get the word on the 300, so pretty sure that did not take place. As we await the giveaways. All right, it's out there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes round 2 of the PWBA
As round 2
Sonoma County
is
Open.
officially complete.
Give us a few
That
minutes,
is the
we're gonna
voice of
verify the
Tournament
Your
Director
event
Tennille
announcer,
Milligan.
132 will advance to tomorrow's round 3. So just hang tight and we'll get out with our announcement as soon as we can. Ladies, please add up those score sheets and turn them into Kathy Wadka behind lanes 21 and 22.
I'm very curious. It could be a tie. It will be interesting for sure. The giveaway. For any giveaway, just to let you guys know, it's always at random. All you have to do is simply click the submit entry button when you see it. That's it. Nothing else needed. That's all you need to do. All right, so we're awaiting the cut number, and we don't quite know what it will be. It's going to be close. For several people. Could there be a tie? It's very possible this week. We haven't had one yet. All right, we'll wait on it. I'm going to go turn off a few channels. I'll be right back, but the microphone will be live when the number is ready. Back in a moment.
I am from California, yes. I'm not doing these two, but I'm going to do the qualifier for the Open in Vegas. Oh, nice. So see how that very cool, very cool. Yes. Awesome. Well, it's great meeting you. You too. Good luck. You too.
You do not have a pin down. I think that's what we should do. Just to give you something to continue a little bit more, that when you get out of the grid, you have something better to go to. I see no point in another grid. I just don't. Hey, we can do another grid. How's that one laid out?
You want mango? No, I think a mango. Yeah?
Maybe we do a pin down in the grid. I like the ball.
I gotta find kids.
Yeah. Kids? Right. I think have you seen my daughter?
They're all down there.
Thank you.
I don't think you ever want to talk to me. So.
It's going to take like 60 something to make a cut. Numbers going down. Everybody made it to here.
Happened to her. Catastrophic.
But she had that impossible pair. She bowled 150 on it. First thing I did was when I saw her on that pair, I went and found a sheet to see if any of you guys were hitting it. Because I was just going to tell you to throw it at the friggin' head pin on the pair. Because it was unbowlable. Danielle had 140 on it just 2 games ago. I'm going to get a picture of you out here for sure. It was unbowlable.
How many million over do you get? No, I have not. Hey.
Makes it a 200. Okay. So you do pin down grip? Pin down grip?
Yeah.
Okay. They were just better for me this block. I mean, I struggled the first block and it started, but since people did well the first block, struggled the second block. I mean, I kind of did a.
Like this morning, it's like either had to have scrub race or throw it soft and let the lane roll it back for you. And then tonight it was like firmer and straighter.
Yeah.
And pretty much anything that looked good this morning looked like ass tonight. Our girls had us working our passes for about 4
Trying to
games.
bowl out of the cup?
Yeah. It was in the ditch and on fire about 4 games into that block. The dumpster fire was in progress.
We're burning right now, folks. We're burning.
We are burning.
We're going up.
You can just get out of this kind of like tuck it in your band or whatever. It works well. 1 second. Right back.
Those of you still hanging out, we're just awaiting the cut number.
Yeah, I'll be there.
The official number. From tournament director and director of operations to Neil Milligan. I think they want to make sure, double check that there are indeed no ties. Someone asked earlier, I believe in the chat I saw, what the procedure is if there is indeed a tie. It is a one-ball roll-off, as some have mentioned already. Bowling begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific with the round of 32. Scott says it's going to be plus 83. We'll see.
Right there. I've been doing this backdrop thing all day.
So while we wait, we're joined by a very cool Diana Zavyalova,
Hi.
who's kind enough to join us while we wait for the official cut number. DZ,
What's up?
Things look to be going pretty well for you today, so how'd it go for you out there?
For a change, because I feel like last 4 weeks have been a little struggle for me. So it feels really nice to be top, I don't know, 10, 15?
Something like that.
Yeah. So it feels really good. I actually threw the ball really good. I was pretty confident. Lanes were tricky, especially from pair to pair. So I was happy with shot making for the most part and just kind of grind it out. So, yeah.
A lot of folks said that round 2 looked a little different than round 1. Did you see that too?
Yes, absolutely. So the first round, I didn't think they were that hard the first round, but like I said, they were tricky from pair to pair. But the second round, they were hooking very early and they were very tight down lane, so they were even trickier. So yeah, I was just lucky to make most of my spares and just kind of get breaks here and there and just kind of keep my 2-0, 2-10, 220 pace. So yeah.
You said that the first 4 weeks it was a nice. Today is a nice change of pace. So what was happening in the first 4 weeks?
I don't know, because before the tour started, I was very confident because I worked in my game. I worked on my mental game, and I was very confident. I was like, okay, this is my year. This is gonna be my season. And the very first week it was very high scoring, so I bowled well. Like, I scored well,
Sure.
but so did other ladies. So I finished 13th. So yeah, I missed the top 12 by 1 pin, which I wasn't that upset because I scored well, and I mean, so did other ladies. So then I was like, okay, well, next week, whatever. And then I missed the cut completely, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's happening? So then I got in my head, and then I lost a little bit of confidence. And then the Queens was last week, and I was like, okay, this is my tournament. I really like the format, and I mean, I bowled good, but just didn't go my way a couple of matches, and yeah. So, but actually I colored my hair 2 days ago, so
I like
I'm
it.
very, very superstitious. So I had to make a little bit of change in like me, because I always think like it's either the jersey or the hair.
Right.
So and I changed my hair a little bit, and it seems to work.
Okay. Well, I know you, and I like it. I like it. I was looking at you, boy. I'm like, yeah, I think something's a little different. I'm not
Yeah, I
quite
got like
sure.
some purple in my hair, and it's like my favorite color. So I feel like the purple is a striking color. So yeah, it worked out today. So.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and letting the folks know how you bowl today.
Yes.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. That is Diana Z. And we will listen to Tennille Milligan to give the cut number.
Liz Culkin. Qualifying 16th is Jordan Richards, tied with Jody Wessner at plus 165. 18th, we have Bernice Lim. Qualifying 19th, Kayla Vandy. 20th, Kelly Kulick. 21st is Shannon O'Keefe, our defending champion at plus 132. 22nd, Brianna Cote. Qualifying 23rd, we have a tie with New Wei Fen and Sherry.
Well, little microphone troubles there.
New Wave Fen and Sherry Can.
Yes. What did you have for lunch today? Wrong answer, you did. You had a chicken sandwich. What did you have for lunch?
Yes. Actually, I coincidentally I do ask people what they eat when I'm testing a microphone and I need them to talk.
The microphone went out, folks, so we can't quite hear Tennille. So I'm going to go find out what the number is and make sure you know what it is as well.
Okay, I am. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Okay, so I just need you to step. No, no, right there. So I'm very concerned.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Are we back?
Not looking.
Plus 62. Plus 62. What's the cut number?
Plus 62. Plus 62 is the cut number. All right. I don't know who it was. It might have been Tashina Saraus, but plus 62 is the cut number. So, there you have it, folks. Another day, another Friday of PWBA coverage here on Bowl TV. Holson, I'm not sure where Liz was, but you don't have to worry about her not being in the round of 32. She is certainly within striking distance. The results certainly will be updated momentarily on PWBA.com. And be sure to be on the lookout for tonight's print recap as well as a video recap with Jen Higgins, who I don't know what she finished with completely, but boy, did Jen put on the show here in round number 2 when a lot of other players struggled. So looking forward to seeing what was successful for her this evening and all of the above. So having said all of that, we will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. That would be noon Eastern, 11 p.m. Central or 11 a.m. Central Time, right here on BowlTV.com. So for Curtis Von Kruger, Terry Bigham, Brant Houghton, Kathy Waka, Kathy Kavicki, and Tennille Milligan, our Director of Operations, we say so long for now. Until tomorrow, this is a presentation of 2019 PWBA Sonoma County Open. You watched it live and you watched it only on Bowl TV, where bowling lives here. See you tomorrow.